We are glad to have you with us. Let's begin with the top stories of the day. President Paul Kagame has emphasized the importance of genuine commitment and clear understanding of duty as he has addressed newly sworn-in leaders, including the new Prime Minister. Prime Minister Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva has pledged to build on past achievements and committed to advancing Rwanda's development agenda. And on the international scene, Typhoon Komei has struck the Philippines. Deadly floods and strong winds have left widespread devastation. My name is Olive Nete, and it's always a great pleasure to have you on board. Now let's kick off today's edition. President Paul Kagame emphasized that genuine commitment and a clear understanding of one's duties are crucial for effectively fulfilling official responsibilities. He delivered this message on Friday while addressing newly sworn-in leaders, including the new Prime Minister, Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva, members of the new government, and other senior officials. William Evans kicks us off tonight.
During the swearing-in ceremony of members of the new government, the Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva, led the proceedings by being the first to take the oath and sign it. He was followed by other members of the government, including ministers and ministers of state, and, finally, by other senior officials. In his remarks during the ceremony, the head of the state began by expressing his gratitude to the outgoing Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Dr. Edward Ngirente, for the way they worked together. The President also urged those who took their oaths today to be committed and to have a clear understanding of their responsibilities in order to fulfill them effectively.
You have to be courageous and also need to understand your responsibilities and have the capacity to carry them out. There are certain things that people can do, for example, those who have been entrusted with specific responsibilities. That trust often comes from that fact that you are believed to be capable of fulfilling those duties. However, how you carry them out, the courage you bring, the mindset you have, goes beyond you as an individual. It affects the entire country. That inner strength and sense of responsibility cannot come from the people who entrusted you with the role. It must come from within you.
The head of state also urged the newly sworn-in officials to prioritize the citizens and focus on addressing their problems.
Rwanda, our Rwanda, there's Rwandans who look at us with great expectations, should also be able to trust us, to believe that challenges they face every day can be solved by us.
On July 23, 2025, President Paul Kagame appointed Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva as the Prime Minister. According to Article 124 of the Constitution, the appointment of a new Prime Minister results into the appointment of a new government. On July 24th, President Paul Kagame appointed a new government composed of 21 ministers and 10 ministers of state. William Evans, RwandaTV News.
President Paul Kagame also delivered a message urging Rwandans and Africans to reclaim their dignity and redefine their role on the global stage. Speaking during the ceremony of newly appointed cabinet members and senior officials, he called on leaders to fully commit to their responsibilities, stressing the importance of taking initiative without waiting for external motivation.
The kind of disrespect that people, Rwandans, Africans, experience on a daily basis is staggering. But on the other hand, I don't entirely blame other people. We have a responsibility. Why don't we just reject it? What do you lack to reject it and raise questions you must raise about yourself first, but also about others? I can't quarrel with you just because you've been coming around and giving me lectures. without blaming myself for committedly listening to you and going by what you are telling me that I know. And it is as if we are going to do what is right because we have been instructed to do so. I mean, you must be having, you Africans, you Rwandans, you must be having problems to accept that, and for years. And even then, that is reflected on the way you go about your responsibilities, including these ones you have been sworn in for. It's as if you are doing it for other people other than yourselves and your people. How? Well, in the civilized world we find ourselves today, you don't fight over anything and everything every day. You choose your fights. But you must choose the fights. They are there. There are the fights you must fight. Unless you have no purpose, you have no meaning attached to the responsibilities you have and what you owe yourself. You see this every day. So, in short, hear what I'm talking about. The mindset must change. We can't be the same Rwandans, the same Africans we were 100 years ago, 50 years ago. We can't.
Still on the ceremony, the President of the Republic urged the newly sworn-in leaders to draw strength from within and serve the public with diligence. In his address to the leaders gathered in Parliament, President Paul Kagame reminded the officials that they must shift their mindset and carry out their assigned responsibilities using the knowledge and capabilities they already possess, without waiting for assistance from elsewhere. He also highlighted that Rwanda has a unique context compared to other countries, one that must guide the nation's efforts. He called on leaders to work hard, transform systems and ways of thinking, and help the country continue advancing rapidly in its development journey.
When you look at where Rwanda has come from and where it is going, or even where it stands today, we talk about development every day. Yes, it is right to pursue development. Others have developed, so the question is, why have they advanced while we are still behind?
The President of the Republic of Rwanda once again emphasized that those who still believe in relying on foreign aid are greatly mistaken. He explained that such a mindset must change, noting that many of those considered donors actually prefer to see Rwanda and Africa remain in their current state without making real progress.
All those who give aid or help, it's only truly helpful when it meets you on your path to where you want to go, but they won't carry you and place you at your destination. In fact, if you didn't know, they don't even want that. And if you remain stuck where you are, it actually benefits them.
The head of state stated that he will persist in delivering messages aimed at transforming the mindset of certain individuals until underperforming leaders shift their thinking. He also noted that some people do not fully grasp the path of national development.
We keep going, moving around in that same bus, only to find ourselves back at the starting point. And when people get off the bus, they say, "Oh, we're still in the same place." They will have spent hours on that bus only to realize nothing has changed. That's how it is, be it for Rwanda and Africa as a whole. Our habits, our way of doing things, even the mindset we refuse to let go of and change what needs change, it keeps us going in circles.
In this message, the head of state also reminded those who believe that Rwanda has already reached its desired destination that they are mistaken, because the journey of development is ongoing and includes everyone. He urged every leader to improve themselves and for those performing well to do even better in order to accelerate Rwanda's development. The new Prime Minister, Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva, pledged to prioritize serving the citizens and addressing their problems, and he also expressed his readiness to collaborate with all sectors to achieve the commitments made as members of the government. We have details with William Evans.
After being sworn in, Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva, first thanked the President Paul Kagame for the trust placed in him. The Prime Minister promised to do everything possible to fulfill the responsibilities entrusted to him, including putting citizens at the center and attending to their issues. I assure you that I will do everything possible and even go beyond to fulfill the responsibilities entrusted to me. I'll prioritize the problems of citizens and work with all institutions so that we can achieve our goal without leaving any Rwandan behind. The new government, which has begun its duties, is composed of 21 ministers and 10 ministers of state. It comprises of 31 members, of whom 11 are women, representing 35.5%. Another notable aspect of this government, which President Paul Kagame highlighted, is that most of the members are still young and have the energy and capacity to serve the country.
And what I have tried to do when you look at this cabinet, that's what I've been trying even in the past cabinets, especially the recent ones. You people, I think I'm the oldest in the cabinet. Most of you have 30s, 40s, and it is for a purpose. It is for a purpose of saying, you young people, are you going to grow through this world like some of us, the old ones, did, and didn't change much that was necessary? You really can't find it in yourselves, you young people? Educated, traveled all over the world. You know your history, where you're coming from. You know all this I'm talking about. And you just behave and move forward like nothing happened.
The fact that many returning members are included is seen by analysts as a sign that there are ongoing projects that need continuity. Regarding the current trend of prime ministers having knowledge and experience in economics and working with international organizations or institutions, analysts note that the benefits of this includes attracting partners for the country and securing markets for locally produced goods. Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Justin Nsengiyumva, previously served as the Deputy Governor of the National Bank of Rwanda, a position he assumed in February this year. Before that, since April 2016, he worked as an economic expert in the UK government's Office of Rail and Road Regulation. William Evans, RwandaTV News.
Now, during the handover ceremony, the Prime Minister, Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva, has expressed his commitment to building on existing achievements to sustain the country's development path. Adam Kwizera has more on this.
Following his swearing in, Prime Minister Dr. Justin Singiyumva was officially handed over the office by Dr. Edouard Ngirente, who had served in the role for nearly 8 years. Dr. Edouard Ngirente highlighted the importance of continued collaboration with all institutions, emphasizing that such partnerships were key to his tenure and that he will remain committed to contributing to Rwanda's development. The responsibilities I carried out were in collaboration with others, because the role of Prime Minister is not about an individual, it is an institution. What matters most is that we all work together to achieve the goals of NST2 and make them reality. As a Rwandan, I will continue to contribute toward the successful implementation of NST2 with a strong focus on delivering quality outcomes and reaching our goals. Prime Minister Dr. Justin Singiyumva emphasized that one of his priorities will be to build on what has already been achieved. I'm fully committed and determined to contribute my efforts in supporting the President of the Republic to achieve the country's goals. The new Prime Minister also stated that accelerating the implementation of the country's national strategy for transformation NST2 while placing citizens at the center of all government efforts would be the central to his tenure. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.
Now, changing the subject, players in the electric mobility sector have applauded Rwanda's policy decision to promote environmentally friendly automobility, saying it's an opportunity for them to contribute to the country's gas emissions reduction strategic plan. William Evans has more on this.
Electric mobility is a transformational opportunity.
According to Spiro's CEO, Kaushik Bauman, Rwanda's policy decision to promote environmentally friendly automobility is an opportunity for them to contribute to the country's gas emission reduction strategy plan. They now intend to enroll battery swapping infrastructure on a massive scale across the country.
First, I would compliment the bold step and decision taken by the government of Rwanda that very few countries in the world have been able to do it. It's a policy mandate which is to not allow gasoline bikes in the Kigali city. Now what does that mean? It means to create the opportunity for electric mobility players such as Spiro to come and create that infrastructure. So the policy has been very progressive, and we want to double down and achieve what the government has in their minds, which is to decarbonize the transportation sector. So as we speak, we have now installed about 150 battery swap stations across the length and breadth of the country. And our plan is to deploy this infrastructure, the battery swap infrastructure, on a massive scale, go to the last mile and be able to provide this affordable Spiro bike and with a accessible infrastructure, because that is the decision maker for the customer to make that switch between a gasoline bike and a cleaner, affordable mobility solution.
In addition, the company has introduced a Spiro Academy to upskill especially youths and women so they can empower their communities.
You got to provide new skills. So the place where we are having this discussion is Spiro's factory location, where over 200 local Rwandians, brothers and sisters, are actually assembling the bikes that you see here, making the batteries and the swap stations. Now that's a proud moment for all of us, and we wanted to do it across countries in Africa. So Spiro Academy was launched with that intent, where we are upskilling women, men, to come and out of colleges, out of diploma colleges, out of technical universities, even low to medium skilled people, we are retooling them so that they can all join this revolution.
Some of the Rwandans learning and upskilling under the Spiro Academy shared their experience and what they've learned.
As a girl child, working here helped me get bold. I have also gotten other opportunities here that helps me in my daily living.
There are lots of things you learn from this academy. Theoretically, you learn about different parts of the motorcycle and how they operate in school. But here, you get to see practically how they work. This also exposes you to the required knowledge and skills for the job market. In just 3 years, Spiro has deployed 6,000 electric motorcycles countrywide and installed about 150 battery swapping infrastructure. Rwanda aims to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions by 38% by 2030 and strives to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. William Evans, RTV News.
Now to the health sector, the Rwanda Biomedical Center will transition into a model health institution for research and data analytics at the African continental level through the Tribe Hub project launched in Kigali today in collaboration with the European Union, as explained by Dr. Eric Remera, Head of Research Innovation and Data Science at the Rwanda Biomedical Center.
Project it's a new project that is there to help transforming Rwanda Biomedical Center into a center of excellence. It's a 3 years project funded by European Union, and this project will help to reinforce our research capacity, our human resource, and also to make sure that we're responding to our vision to make our institution a center of excellence in research and data use. So main activities will be on human capacity through long and short-term trainings. Those it includes some PhDs, master's program, and short trainings, as well as training programs between African and European institutions. And also it includes a big part on digitalization, whereby we want to support a good initiative that we have on digitalization and make sure that our facility are fully digitalized. And from digitalization, it will also include components on artificial intelligence used in our facilities and services.
Maria Maserika Christiansen, the health program manager at the EU delegation here in Rwanda, has noted that the country's clear vision and sustained commitment to advancing healthcare standards is what motivated the partnership.
Rwanda's health system has demonstrated time and again the power of evidence-based multi-sectoral coordination, whether in its rapid and effective COVID-19 response, Mpox containment strategy, or its low mortality rates during the recent Marburg outbreak. The Tribe Hub program builds on these foundations to strengthen RBC's leadership across all essential public health functions, from disease prevention to research, from health promotion to policy advice.
During life's moments, laying hoops, giving away, making moves, breakfast with family. Inyanje is always there. Whatever the occasion, whatever the moment, always ask for Inyanje.
Nyiri muto arababwiraga data bati ntabwo wagira umukamo mwinshi utunze inkimi, ariko nigeze acika intege. Mama akinjira mu bucuruzi hari abamubwiraga bati ntabwo watera imbere udakorera mu iduka rigezweho, ariko ntibyamusubije inyuma, yakoranaga umwete. Njya muri kaminuza hari abanshidikanyagaho bavuga ko nashobora kaminuza naturuka mu muryango wifashije, ariko byaragiye nanditse amateka mashya. Igihe cyo gutera ishema umuryango wanjye kigeze, bamwe bakomeje kumbwira bati ntabwo watera umuryango wawe ibyishimo n'ishema, ariko narabishoboye. Hari abakekaga ko nasigira umurage ukomeye abankomokaho, ariko ubu mfite uruganda rutunganya amata. Banki ya Kigali yabaye umufatanyabikorwa wanjye mu rugendo rwose, inzozi zanjye ziba impamo. Bigereho.
You're still watching RTV News, now to matters making headlines globally. Torrential rains and strong winds have battered towns and cities, damaging homes, roads and farmland in the Philippines. The storm comes after a week of monsoon rains that had already caused widespread flooding. At least 25 people have been reported dead, with rescue operations ongoing and thousands displaced. We have more with Al Jazeera.
Picking up what's left of his store after Typhoon Kome battered northern Philippines on Thursday night and tore apart what Ederson Conde says was his life's work. Yet he's grateful he made the decision to save his life over his livelihood.
When I saw that the wind was starting to tear the roof off, I decided I needed to run away.
Outside his store, the typhoon also toppled an entire row of concrete posts.
Typhoon Kome is the third storm to form around the Philippines within days, but it is the only one to make landfall, with winds strong enough to inflict this kind of damage.
In towns further south where Kome's winds were barely felt, the rain worsened floods that have submerged communities for days after incessant downpours.
It's been really hard. There's nowhere to sit, nowhere to sleep properly. Everything's underwater and we can't work.
But while many are temporarily displaced, Virginia Natividad watched her house get washed away by the raging flash floods. She sought shelter at the village hall just across the road, but she says it was no better.
It was scary in the village hall as well because the wind shattered the windows. Then it also got flooded because the roof was blown off.
Now homeless, she says she still has her fruit stand, or what's left of it, to help her get back on her feet, as long as there aren't any more storms on the horizon. Barnaby Lo, Al Jazeera, Pangasinan, the Philippines.
Moving ahead, border tensions between Cambodia and Thailand have escalated into deadly clashes for the second consecutive day. Both sides exchanged rockets and artillery fire, leaving at least 16 people dead. Al Jazeera once more.
The deserted road that runs along the long border between Cambodia and Thailand. The silence broken by the boom of a heavy gun. These villagers had decided not to evacuate. They didn't want to abandon their cattle, but they spent the night in a concrete bunker with sandbags for pillows.
I heard loud bangs since 8 a.m. this morning. I don't know which direction they came from, but I was too scared to go out, so I stayed in my bunker.
Through the night, Thailand had reinforced its lines. Heavy artillery opened up after dawn. This is more than a border clash. And the Thai military released footage of drone attacks. Targeted drops on Cambodian troops, they said, but they forced thousands of civilians to flee.
I was scared and then ran away from the bullets because the bullets were so strong. I was scared. I came here to be safe. I have small children.
In ancient times, it was our temple, but the Thais were greedy and wanted to encroach on our land and wanted our ancestral temple. They are wrong.
From the Cambodian side came Grad rockets, salvos fired indiscriminately across the border into Thailand. More than 130,000 Thais had now been displaced from their homes to live in evacuation centres like this. An adventure for the kids, running around in their new campsite, but for the senior arrivals, a reminder that even the darkest times weren't this mad.
When the Khmer Rouge were fighting, they didn't come to this side. We could stay at home. This time it's so heavy we can't even stay at home. We were told to get in the car and leave.
Donations coming into one of the evacuation centres along the Cambodian border. And there's a feeling of people coming together. Donations coming in from other parts of Thailand. Kids running around. But Thailand's Prime Minister said today that if the heavy weapons that have forced these people out of their homes don't stop soon, this border clash could escalate into a full war. And that means these people may be here for some time to come. Tony Cheng, Al Jazeera, Surin, northeastern Thailand.
That marks the end of today's bulletin. Thank you for joining us for this edition. On behalf of the entire news team, we wish you a beautiful weekend. Stay safe and take care. Good night.